The idea of driving to Fort Worth for chiropractic care might sound a little ridiculous if you live on the Dallas side of the Metroplex, but it's not that ridiculous when you've tried everything under the sun and you're still living in pain.
Well, that day I had my 2 children at home. They were off from school, and actually I had my niece and nephew as well. So I had 4 children at home, and I remember I was tired and just was going to lay down for a little bit, and I had been having numbness in my right arm and right leg. And it was only when I would lay down that I would get that, and it was so discouraging. I couldn't sleep, and it was very emotional because it was a reminder of the MS, and am I kidding myself? Is this really all going to work, or how am I ever going to get over this? So I called my mom, and I just was crying. She said, well, why don't you see if Dr. Michlin can get you in? I said, well, they are closed, or they don't usually see patients today, and I don't want to bother him. And she encouraged me. She said, just call him and just see what he says. So I did call him, and they are very good about answering the phone. A lot of doctors, you're going to get, please call back during normal business hours. But I talked to Dr. Michlin, and I explained to him my symptoms, and I was just asking if I could come in that following Monday when they were open. He said, no, you come in right now. And I was like, no, I know you're busy, and I'll just come in Monday. But he knew by my voice that I was in pain. So my mom had to drive me. That's how bad I was. So my mom drove me an hour, and they were here. And it just helped me through the weekend, and I just was almost 100% better immediately. And then just by Monday, I was back to normal, and I followed up again that week like I normally did. But it meant so much. Not every doctor cares. If you're there and it's during their hours, that's great. But he went out of his way to make sure that he took care of me, and he knew how important that was. And it wasn't just important to me, it was important to him. And that just means the world, and that's why I drive an hour to come see Dr. Michlin. It's just worth it.
Now you know why people from all over the DFW Metroplex do whatever it takes to see Dr. Chris Michlin at Back to Health Family Chiropractic. How far would you be willing to drive to get out of pain and get back to health? Yeah, I thought so. Get out of pain, get back to health. Call Back to Health Family Chiropractic today at 817-810-9111.